Yeah, hi guys, it's the 9th of April. Carrying on with the unfinished stuff. Unfinished vehicle number 4, 1974 HQ Holden Kingswood. It's the same model as my Monaro, but it's not a Monaro, it's only a base model, which was a Kingswood. Quick rundown of the story of this one. Local car yard advertised it in the paper. HQ Kingswood for sale, best offer. So I went and had a look at it. I walked around the car. It was all faded, had bent front bumper and had damage to the nose cone just above the headlight in here. Bit of damage to the guard. And I thought, oh yeah, old grungy Kingswood. But I actually walked around it and checked the doors and the rear quarters and stuff, because these things, like I said, like with mine, rust out fairly commonly. This thing didn't have an ounce of rust in it. The rear quarters, the doors and everything were immaculate. It was an old farmer's car, obviously never been washed in its life probably. The only thing it had was the bottom roll pan at the back under the bumper was severely damaged, so I sort of did a botchy on that. Anyway, so I thought, oh beauty, an old Kingswood. So I thought, gee, the body's pretty good on it. So anyway, then I looked inside and I had bucket seats in the front, and I thought, because normally I had a bench seat across the front, I thought, oh, it's got buckets in it. And then I noticed that had a shifter in it, and so I thought, oh Jesus, it's a 4-speed. I thought, geez, what a bonus that is, I own a 4-speed Kingswood. So I thought, well, it's alright. So I popped the bonnet up, expecting to find the usual old 6-cylinder 202 in it. And I was surprised to see it's actually a 253 cubic inch Holden V8, which I wasn't expecting. And plus the bonus was that it was factory air conditioning, but since taken the air compressor off, but the which was very unusual, because I didn't notice when I look inside, but the on the dash pad, have a look. Let's see, on the dash pad you've got the vent here. Well, normally with a normal Kingswood and everything else, it's just the one vent. If they have 2 vents, that means that they're factory air conditioned model. And I thought, geez, that's a bonus. I was really keen to see what they wanted for this thing. I can't remember how long since I've been registered, but it had been out on this farm for a while. So then I had a closer look at the dash, and there's got the tacho there. That's actually the GDS dash with the extra gauges. And I thought, hell, this is all factory options. So I went and talked to the dealer, and he said, yeah, it was a deceased estate. They had to get rid of the vehicles, so they offered to advertise and get rid of them. And I said, didn't have these wheels, I only had standard rims and tyres, but I said, what are you asking for it? And he goes, oh, the best that's been offered so far is $400 from the local wreckers. And I said, well, I'll give you $500 for it. He goes, sold. So I went and grabbed the battery, chucked the battery in, they gave me a trade plate, got it started, and no kidding, this motor is the quietest motor I've ever heard. There's no lifter noise, there's no rocker noise. I'm not sure how many miles it's done, or whether it's been a replacement engine or whatever, but this thing purrs like a kitten. Beautiful. Anyway, so drove it home. Gearbox was fantastic. Diff was fantastic. No noise or anything in it. The only thing was is that the both the front and rear glass were loose. Now I don't know. It must have been because it's been sitting out in the weather, or you know, we have some pretty rough roads or any dirt roads. So whether the combination of the rough roads and the dryness that had actually shaken the glass loose, but I used is it Permatex, is that what you call it, to put the glass back in the back. That was fine, but I made the mistake of putting the front one in with the same stuff, and these are actually supposed to have a proper seal for the glass, not yucky Permatex, but so it actually leaks because it's not sitting right. Another thing is this channel that's, you can see, that holds the dash pad in, that had rusted out because the window had been leaking. The local plumber actually, go Mr. Robertson, no, the local plumber actually bent that up for me exactly like as original, and all I had to do was pop rivet it to the dash. So excellent job. So anyway, I had it sitting here. I was only going to use it for spare parts because I thought, you know, it was pretty good. But then my lad said to me he wanted a car when he was going to high school, and he goes, "Oh, how about we do the HQ up?" And I thought about it and I thought, oh, I'm really just going to wreck it. But I said, oh, okay. Now originally this had blue interior, and it just didn't look right because this is the factory colour. It's cyan blue. That's the original colour, like on here. It hasn't been painted. Or on here, that's the original colour. Original paint. So what we did was we actually just took the seat and the trims and everything else out and used vinyl paint and painted all the interior white, and it looks quite different. I know we're supposed to do those bits in the middle, but we put retractable seat belts in front and back, but thought we did a quite good job on those. You know, it was only going to be a car to hack to school in. That's what it was supposed to be for. Anyway, so this is my second attempt at a paint job. Painted this all left-handed because my right hand doesn't work that well. So yes, like I said, cyan blue. It's acrylic. It's got, I think it's 4 coats of the cyan metallic, and then I think I put like 6 coats of acrylic clear on it. So yeah, it's all dirty. So I don't know. Everything's dirty in my shed, but it's been sitting here for like 7 years unfinished. The mistake I made when I painted this, well, it wasn't a mistake. I painted it, I put the clears on, I let it sit for, I was going to let it sit for 2 days, right, before I started to buff it. Unfortunately, when I was rubbing it down to buff it, my back went out again, so I ended up stuck in bed for like 3 weeks. Meanwhile, we had 39-degree weather for nearly 3 weeks, and it was like bloody hot in the shed, and it absolutely baked the acrylic on to the car. When I went to buff it, no kidding, it wouldn't buff. It was hard as a rock. It was tried a wall pad and everything else, it didn't work. Tried the foam pad. I could get the foam pad to buff it, but I really had to lay in it really hard and push hard on it till it got enough heat in it to actually start coming up. But it's yeah. Anyway, I've got some photos. I'll show you the bits and pieces on the way through. far as bumpers go, you've seen these bumpers in the other videos that I've done, but the original ones were, chrome wasn't that flash. $700 to get a bumper chrome these days, or the HQ one anyway. So I had these, so we just painted them blue. The only trouble I'm having is the front one. Where are we? Rambling on. I fixed this, like I said before, I fixed this nose cone. This is damaged pretty much in here, and this guard, and I panel beaded that out, and I think I've done a wonderful job on that corner. It's got new headlight surrounds in it. Now when you look at the front, it looks like there's nothing wrong. Right? When I go to put the front bumper on, and the bumper actually bolts to the chassis, the front of the chassis, this side is fine. This side sticks out about 3 inches, and the only thing I can work out is if you look down this way, see, it looks square to me, but it does come out at the side there a bit, and so I think it's just been pushed in, just in here, right, compared to the other side. Now the trouble is that's like a bent panel thing, and I don't know how to do it unless I either get another nose cone and redo the whole thing, or try to pull it out. But like I said, it's bolted on the bottom and everything else is bolted in the top, but where this like, bend is here, that's the part that has to be pulled out by the looks of it, and I don't think I'll be able to do that without damaging any of this. So anyway, so that's me rambling on about unfinished project number 4. Shall I give you a sneak preview of project number 5? I don't know. But okay, sneak peek project number 5. See ya.